Hey everybody, it's the Candid Camper, and this is the Candid Camper trailer reviews. We got Tones Poppy, we got George the Italiano. We're gonna do a little bit of a controversial one. If you know me from Tones Poppy's other channel, Tones_TV, where he did
Bad Thought
what
Studios.
trailer? What trailer?
We did the Wicked trailer for the up and coming movie. Unfortunately, we didn't have the best reaction to our reaction. So let's see if this Broadway show changes our mind, dude.
Yeah, so this is the original. It's the Broadway show. This came out 2003. Went on a world tour. Did $3.2 billion worldwide, and it's been seen over 39 million times around the world. So if this is good, all you haters out there that hated on me for not liking the new trailer, hopefully you'll embrace me and give me that hug, because this is the one that should matter. So we're gonna we scoured the internet, YouTube, and found this trailer. I don't know if it's an official trailer or not, but we're gonna play it for you here, and we're gonna see if it holds up, and it's gonna see if it would get me out to Broadway to check this out. So let's pop it up.
By the way, I've not seen this trailer or have seen the Broadway show. I know a lot of people have, a lot of my friends have. So this could possibly, if it is good, could possibly bring me to go see the actual Broadway show. I think.
And I have seen the Broadway show. I can't recall if I've seen the trailer. But this was like a little over 20 years ago since I've seen the show. So, but I enjoyed the show. I know I walked out feeling very satisfied with watching it. And I think that's where people, I guess, in the film industry say, you know what, okay, it created a major impact, in theater. So maybe we can bring that to the big screen and it could be a success. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We've seen that with the movie Cats. I've seen the Broadway show, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats. I've seen it multiple times in the theater. I absolutely loved it. The film, it's okay. It's especially with the CGI and stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I've enjoyed the show.
People get so attached to something, even if it's horrible, and you're like, and they can't have this outside opinion come and crash their world, even though they in their own mind know it's a 2 out of 10. And just because something, the original, which I'm assuming $3.2 billion is going to speak for itself after I watch this. And if that's a 10, but I'm going to tell you, like, the trailer I saw on the other end, it's a 2. Can't get mad at me for that.
That's happened a lot with my content, bro. Like doing Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon content that I do. I get book readers coming in my comments when I like something that happened in the show that didn't necessarily happen in the book, and I liked it. Yeah, they get pissed off. Like, you don't fucking read the books. You don't know nothing. It shouldn't have been in the show. Like, I get like hateful comments about me because I didn't read the fucking book.
But what happened when we talked about the book being better than the Percy Jackson? People shit on us for reading the book.
Exactly.
It's crazy. So we're not going to please everybody. And guess what?
We can't win. We can't win.
No. And do I care? Not really. And that's why I'm making this video, to show you that I care. But I'm actually very curious if I'm going to like this, because there was someone that reached out to me and we had a great conversation about it. And I want to give that person the chance I want to give them the chance to see my reaction to something that they believe in, and if it's good or not. And if it's not, well, she'll fucking hear about it. So here we go. Let's start it up.
All right.
In all of us, no wizards that there is or was is ever gonna bring me down.
Damn. That was way better than the fucking movie trailer. I'd go watch that, and you heard it first. I'd go see that.
As I said, the show is a really good show. I walked out of the theater. I was very satisfied. I wish that I would have been able to experience Idina Menzel in the performance, because I know the people that I've known that actually seen her perform in it, she was a powerhouse in that, and I wish that I was able to see her in it. But I feel like the film that's coming out may potentially have that same impact of what the Broadway show is. However, what they did with the trailers, I feel like they may not have done the story justice to
that's what I was
encourage
feeling
people
from
to
it.
go and see this.
Yeah, and not only that too, and this is the first thing I shit on, because people think I shit on it, but Gamora looked better than the wizard, or than the whatever she is. What is she? The Bruja
The
chick.
witch, the
Thank
wicked
you.
witch of the
Yeah.
West.
Yes. And in this looked way better, and I don't get why the other person looks like a lime green lime, where this looked like a witch, like it was blended well, and everything, even all these, I know it's theatrical like sets, but those sets looked really good. That
Beautiful.
whole cornfield that was behind them and everything, that looked really good. And I feel like the new trailer was just CGI with fake ass paint. I know it's paint. Everyone out there roasts, oh, it's fucking paint, it's green paint. Yeah, I know it's fucking green paint. I know that, but I'm talking about the. I didn't think I had to explain to you that they had to blend this perfectly to make it look
and
real.
this is my thing. Will I eventually watch the movie? Yes, because I am curious to see how it holds up to the Broadway show that I've seen 20 some years ago. From watching the trailers, does it encourage me to go see it in theaters? That's where it kind of has me. Do I want to spend money to go see this in theaters? I don't know. I might just wait till it comes out on streaming somewhere on one of the platforms and watch it. But I have to say, I think more what kind of drives me away from this is I'm just kind of tired now of revisiting the Land of Oz. And I think for me, like after 2012's Oz the Great and Powerful, with James Franco, it's like I'm kind of over it. Now, I know a lot of people would say, okay, you can't compare this to Wicked. And that may be true because Wicked was a phenomenal show. As I said, it's one of my top tier Broadway shows ever. It's The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, The Book of Mormon, and Wicked, and Cats. Those are like, I think that would be like my top five. Phantom of the Opera is pretty good too. I mean, that's a classic, but I mean, for my top five, Wicked falls into the top five of my favorite Broadway shows.
You know, and I feel like I haven't seen enough Broadway shows to appreciate Broadway. And it's not that I'm not interested. I would love to go see some of them, even the ones at like Disneyland, like Aladdin. Like those are amazing. So I've seen stuff like that, Frozen, and what was the other one I watched? Little Mermaid. That one was so good. Was that in Animal Kingdom, or was it Nemo? So
Finding Nemo is in
Finding Nemo.
Animal.
And he had the guy with the stick. Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking awesome. And I once again, this trailer, even though it was kind of, I don't know if it was really counts as a trailer, but will count as a trailer. It was good. And I would go and watch this on Broadway. I'd bring my wife, and I think we'd have a great time. And I would walk out there, like you said, satisfied, walking out of there. I'm not going to go see the fucking movie because even if it told me the whole story, which it pretty much did. I guess someone said there's a part 1 and part 2, and that just showed you the whole trailer for it. If that's the whole thing for it, and that storyline's jumping everywhere like that, and these characters are going to look like, I don't know what the fuck, like Gumby. Yeah, see, like fucking Gumby. I just can't do it. And I'll take all the smoke from everybody out there, but I'm not seeing it, and I don't think it needed to be adapted into a show. We have too many Oz's out there. The last James Franco one was trash too, if you want to come at me, but that's how I feel.
And well, here's the thing: the way that they have, the character of, forgive me, folks, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the name right. Elphaba, I think that, or I believe that's how you pronounce her name. As I said, it's been over 20 some years since I've seen the Broadway show, and I didn't really think to look back at it until they started kind of like reviving it now into theater, but from theater to movie screen, excuse me. But it seems like the makeup, the prosthetics that they use for her, it kind of throws off the same kind that they used for Mila Kunis's character as the Wicked Witch in Oz the Great and Powerful, which that came out in 2012. So it feels like that they're utilizing the same kind of makeup and prosthetics that they used over 15 years ago for the film. And I feel like not even just for this film, but a lot of things that are being produced, the quality just seems to be dipping, but the price tag for it is astronomical.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was saying about it. And people hated on that. It just looks fake. And that's what Gamora, what, and that's the thing I said. And so, Gamora was painted. I fucking know she was painted, but she didn't look. She looked like she was supposed to be an alien. Like she looked like that. She didn't look fake. Like she didn't look like she was painted. She looked green, like she's a human person that is green. That's the difference. The new Wicked Witch looks like she was painted fucking green. That's my issue.
Now, can I ask you both whether people like the movie, dislike the movie, however it's going to turn out? Do you? Because there was always controversy even with the Barbie movie, and it ended up shattering all kinds of records, being like one of the top movies of the year, along with Oppenheimer and what have you. Do you see this kind of being like a Barbie repeat?
Oh, 100%. People
Yeah.
like for me to get hate like I was on Tone's channel, Tone's TV _ Tone's TV. It's
On my YouTube, so go ahead. You can chop that out. Go ahead, dude.
Just getting hate like that over something so green. Yeah, dude, this is gonna bring him money, and I hope it does well. And that's the one thing. I want these trailers to do well. I want people to love these. I want more people to be able to go back to the theaters and keep that alive. I mean, theaters are a huge part.
But we have to remember always something that Kermit the Frog always taught us: it's not easy being green.
It's not. And who else had trouble with She-Hulk and the other Hulks? There's a lot of green people out there that weren't doing too well and that are not doing too well. So let's see if
the one thing I will say is like this isn't our genre. Like this is not what we're usually.
But I want it genre or not, Tone. It's either good or it's not. You know what good is. But I can hate country. I don't like country music, but if there's a good song that I hear, I'm gonna give it respect and be like, hey, that's a good fucking song. That was not a good trailer.
But it's a musical though. Like you see a lot of musical stuff, and that's not the kind of movies we watch.
I can kind of see both of your points. Tones is being that it's not something that you would more so watch. You're going to have a reaction to say, okay, it was okay, because it's something that I'm not into. But on the other side, I could see Candid's point where it's okay. I may not be into it, but it's just blatantly if it has to be something that's good or it's bad. And it's like in the way that it's looking.
Food. I will always try something, even if it's not my genre of food. I'm not a huge fucking Ethiopian food eater, but I would fucking try. And if it's good, it's good. It might look funny, but that doesn't matter. So this looks funny to me. It might be fucking good.
To your point, actually, Wonka, the movie Wonka, it was a musical in a sense. There was musical.
I like
portion.
I absolutely love. I thought that was a very good. Rendition of a
people. I feel like people didn't even. So that's off topic. Anyways, Wonka was great. I love it. We're gonna have to do a Wonka thing on here, but I want to get into that at some point because we're already running a little bit. So real quick before we head out,
and when you do, definitely I'll come on for that because I enjoyed that movie as well.
Hell yeah, let's do it. If you guys want to say, let's go with George first. What do you think? Did that trailer hold up?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't ever recall seeing it at the time because again, this was an over 20-year production, but it brought me back to the theater when I went to go see it, and it kind of gave me the feels that like when I watched it, I was like, okay, I never really understood to know this story, in the Land of Oz, but I'm intrigued by it. I want to know more. And, and as I said, it's a pretty long show. So the movie, I can kind of see, where they're kind of like breaking it up into two parts, so to speak, where they want to kind of get everything in with the Broadway show. But as I said, I'll keep speaking it. When I walked out of that theater, I was very pleased and satisfied for what I watched, and it became one of my top favorite Broadway shows.
Can I ask you a quick question? Speaking of green, did they have to make her green? Because remember Maleficent, she was green, but she came out just being not green.
Um,
And it was okay. People did not say anything about it.
Well,
right.
see, back
True.
then, like green was a witch. Like that's what it was.
But I feel, yeah,
Maleficent-
I feel like the witch from The Wizard of Oz is more recognizable with the green as to oppose of Maleficent, because when you go back and watch the 1959 animated Sleeping Beauty, there are some notions where you look at Maleficent where she kind of has a little bit of like a palish white to her, and I feel like that they kind of showcased her moving forward with animation. Oh yeah, let's just like make her skin kind of like a light offset green. So I think that's where they kind of got away with it for the 2014's live action Maleficent. But I feel like in this case, I think that it would only be effective if they had to make her green. I just wish that they would have done it in a way of utilizing better a better color palette, a better prosthetics if they used any, or something more offset than what they used back in Oz the Great and Powerful for Mila Kunis's character.
Yeah. And do you think it should have been based off of the musical, like her appearances and everything like that, or you think they should have went based off of the Mila Kunis ones, which I think you're kind of saying they are going a little bit more off that, correct?
Yeah, like I wish that they would have maybe not. I would have utilized the green, but I wouldn't have made it so almost
Green?
like where it's like a plaster, so
Yeah.
to speak, like where it's like caked on her,
She looks like she's melting.
where it looks fake. I would rather have her skin more natural looking, but still be a shade of green.
Yeah, for sure. Tones, what are you thinking?
I mean, if I ever get the chance, I definitely want to see Wicked on like a live show like that. I think that would be very fun. I unfortunately growing up didn't go to Broadway shows. It's something that I really was intrigued in, but just never had the chance to go. And never, honestly, I don't know many people that go to shows like this. I maybe know one.
Yep,
And
that's me.
yeah. Let me put two then. I know two, and you know, none of them live next to me, so it would be kind of hard to go see it. But I would love to go see it if I had the chance. And because of this trailer, it looked great. Like it looked phenomenal. So
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the chance, I would go see it. But yeah.
So the last Broadway show that I've seen, actual Broadway show, and I think it would be, was Stomp. Have you ever seen that?
Stomp the Yard?
No, come on, bro. Stomp. So they would take random objects like brooms, garbage pail, like cans, and they would make music out of it, and they just do fucking crazy shit
Like
everywhere
High School
with
Musical
everything.
shit?
Come on, bro. Zac Efron.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, so I think that trailer held up. I would definitely go see Wicked. I think it looked really cool, and I think it would really, open up my eyes more to more Broadway shows. I respect the whole Broadway thing for sure, and the people that are in that, man, they're just fantastic and they're amazing, and they put all their heart and soul into these things, and they do them almost every day, and to millions of people and travel. That's some work for your mental health and on your body. So I had nothing but the most respect for it,
They're
and that's why
athletes, bro.
exactly, and that's why I think now I stand even more behind my statements on Tones underscore TV's channel, how that trailer was shitty, because you're not giving the respect to the people in those in those Broadway shows. It should have been done better. It should have took their time. They shouldn't worry about part 2 until they worried about part 1. But hopefully it comes out good. Hopefully I can stick that whatever you know what and right into a place where it should be locked up, and hopefully it's good. So I think this held
I'm
up.
very confused on that last part.
Don't
you
worry
said.
about it. Anyways, I appreciate y'all. And yeah, this is the Candy Camper, and this is the Candy Camper's trailer reviews. And hopefully you guys don't grill me too bad in the comments. And if you do, just like and subscribe at least.
Fuck them up.
Doses.